We talked about this a bunch. So you come onto the scene, you burst onto the scene. Rickie Fowler wearing all the orange, huge fan base, like took it by storm. Was that a lot for you to kind of like handle when you were first like on the scene? You know, like you're this guy, you have a brand. Like not that many people have the thing. Like when he wears that color, he's like locked in. Like was that like a conscious thing from you? Was it like a team around you that wanted to do that in terms of like you being associated with like a color or a brand like that?
No, it was just me. I mean, obviously, like Puma was a great fit, and the timing and everything worked out. You know, when I was turning pro, and they had gotten into golf a few years prior, so that all kind of fell into place. And I liked their stuff. I liked that there wasn't a bunch of guys that wore it. And then the orange for me was just coming from Oklahoma State, so nothing was ever planned out. It was just like, I like them. I want to wear that. This is what we're gonna do. And having the kids and the youth gravitate towards it, I think it was more just like the only way I've thought back or talked to other people, the only way to like describe it or explain it is that was just me being me. Maybe the kids just saw that I wasn't trying to be anyone else. That was me. Like, I'm not faking it. Here I am. Let's have some fun.
Now, fast forwarding now, 2 kids, you're an older Rickie Fowler compared to that. Has there been a conscious effort to leave that in the past and like now you're a different version of that golfer, right? You don't maybe we don't see the full orange on orange or whatever it might be, or that much as much.
Yeah, it's just not as much. The option's still there. I think it's more using, instead of it always being that, using it for some fun moments and to where it sticks out a little bit more. I've always been off course dressed fairly mellow, not too flashy or loud. The colors and the loud stuff were typically more on the golf course or, you know, on the bikes riding where there's dirt bikes, bicycles and stuff. So it was more when it was, I don't know, me and sport. That's where I had some fun with it. But yeah, off course, I like to hide out.
Frankie had a theory going for a little bit that if you wore all black on Sundays instead of all orange, that Rickie might undergo just like a slight enough brand shift that you could start like.
We start calling you Rick.
We'll call you Rick.
Go from Rickie to Rick, like
but my legal name is Rick.
There you go.
That's it.
But it's just like the world would be like, he's no longer Rickie, he's Rick, and like putts just start to drop just a little more. It's like Rick's coming around.
Yeah. No, I mean, the orange has been good.
I said this on a podcast once, and that week you wore black, and I'm like, what the hell just happened? And I was like, this guy knows. And we started calling you Rick, and you went on like a run. Remember that?
Yeah, it was
I was like, this guy somehow he heard it.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't, obviously, but like
there could be some black and there could be some accents of orange. There's
you know what I mean?
Right.
But like you're this, you got 2 kids now. Like you're Rick now, man.
Dad.
You're Rick. Let's run with that.
Well, I've always been Rick.
I know.
Yeah.
To be clear, his birth certificate says Rick.
Yeah, well, I'm Frank. Bro, my name's Frank. Like, yeah.
He's very aware of that.
At some point, I'll be Frank instead of Frankie.
Yeah.
You know,
I see what you're
I will
saying.
transition into Frank.
Right. It's probably probably have a couple of kids.
Yeah, if I have the 4th.
Are you aware that people refer, like a lot of on short putts and people jam them in? They're like, oh, you Rickied it. You aware of that?
That's fine as long as it's when they make it.
It is. It is. But that's been like a real popular thing in like recreational golf for the last decade that I can recall. And I was always like, I wonder if Rickie has any idea.
No, but I mean, I don't mind that. I wouldn't say I don't always hit them hard. It's more when you're like, I'm making this one, or you know, unsure about maybe a little bit of movement. You're just like, it's straight, hit it.
I've always viewed it as a complimentary thing towards you,
no,
sure.
I'm good with that. But like I said, it's only if it goes in, that's when you can say it.
If someone misses it like way too hard and low, you're like, no, I don't want to be a part of that one. That's not a good putt.
Although I have done that. So we've all been there.